Shalom. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what is the Sabbath, how we keep it, how do we prep for the Sabbath, and are we still supposed to keep the Sabbath day? So I make many vlogs from here and there about the Sabbath day, and some people are putting in my search bar like, how do you keep the Sabbath? How do you prep for it? What is the Sabbath, the Black Sabbath, like all different types of things. So in today's video, I'm just going to go ahead and dive into that and answer all the questions that's been in the search bar to help people understand that yes, we're supposed to keep the Sabbath. No, it's not done away with, and we're going to go ahead and get into that. All right, so this is Genesis, the very beginning. So Genesis chapter 2, verse 2, it says, on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made, and on the seventh day he rested from all that he made. So we know that the Most High God made the earth within 6 days, and on the seventh day he rested. So now we're going to go to Exodus chapter 16, verse 23. It says, tomorrow is the rest of the holy day unto the Lord. Bake that which you need to bake, and cook all you need to cook, and seeth all you need to seeth, and on the remaining lay up unto you and keep the morning. So basically we're supposed to go ahead and bake, cook, fry, whatever, boil, whatever we need to do before the Sabbath day. Now, the Sabbath day now, according to modern time, is on Sunday. But if you count it from Sunday down, Saturday is the seventh day. So we're going to go ahead and count that. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So Saturday is the seventh day. It's been switched around and it's been changed to Sunday. And if you look up where Sunday worship come from, where it originates from, you will start to understand the truth. Now, before, when I first started finding out that I was an Israelite and the laws I'm supposed to keep, the commandments I'm supposed to keep, I looked these things up. I searched these things up because it was like, what? To me too. So do your research. You don't have to listen to everything I'm saying, but this is coming straight out of the Bible. But make sure you also do your research, because that's what I did. I did my research and I figured out what was the Sabbath day. And actually, before, back then, I don't know, they might have took it off Google. You know how that is. They don't want you to know the truth. But basically they stated that actually that Friday sundown to Saturday sundown is the Sabbath day. But we're gonna go ahead and now get into Exodus chapter 20. So Exodus chapter 20, 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God, and in it thou shalt not do any work. Thou shalt not have thy maid servant, daughter, cattle, anybody's not supposed to be working. So even if you are a CEO or entrepreneur, or you have people working for you, you're not even supposed to allow nobody to be working for you. The seventh day is the day of rest. For some of those who may be already working on a Sabbath, you're like, well, how can I tell my manager this? There is a law that for religious reasons you can get the Sabbath day off. So they're supposed to agree or supposed to accept whatever you ask them when it comes to your religious practices. I always tell my manager, hey, even if I start off a job, I cannot work Saturday. But if not, you know, the Lord is merciful. I believe, like, if you have to, you have to. But like, if you can get out of it, as much as you can, and try to figure out somewhere that will, you know, respect your religious practices, even though we're not religious, but to modern time we just say religious practices. But yeah, so now we're gonna go ahead and go to Exodus chapter 31, verse 13. So for thou speakest thou unto the children of Israel, saying, verily the Sabbath ye shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you and throughout the generations. So basically, this is a holy covenant. This is a sign between us and the other people that we are holy, and that we are keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. And it's a sign between us and him. So if we're saying that we don't have to keep the commandments anymore, we don't have to keep the statutes, well, how are we showing the other nations or people in general, or the Most High, that we're being holy and set apart if we're not keeping his commandments? Now, I'm not saying that we can keep his commandments holy, totally, 100%. No, that's why Christ came, but doesn't mean that we're not supposed to keep it anymore, because we can't keep it 100%. It means we can strive to keep his law. It means that we can strive to keep his commandments. We're not perfect. But also, I'm going to go ahead and get into that too in a little bit, that Christ, he kept the Sabbath day. He was even persecuted by the ways that he was keeping the Sabbath day. So if we say, okay, well, we're not supposed to keep the Old Testament, but Christ even himself in the New Testament was keeping the Sabbath day. But then below it says at 14, it says, ye shall keep the Sabbath therefore, for it is holy unto you. Everyone that defileth it shall be put to death, and whosoever do any work therein, their soul shall be cut off among their people. So that's how serious that the Most High God was about the Sabbath day, that we should keep it, because back then we will be cut off among our people or put to death. But that's why Christ came into the picture, because what the law couldn't do, Christ had grace, mercy. He showed us how to walk, and his blood saved us. But like I said, I'm gonna get to that scripture where it says he didn't come to abolish the law or the commandments or anything like that. So yeah, we're gonna go to Exodus 35 verse 2. It says, 6 days shall thy work be done, unto the seventh day there should be to you the holy day, as Sabbath rest of the Lord. Whosoever do any work therein shall be put to death. Again, that death word, like the Most High was not playing about keeping the Sabbath day. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your inhabitants upon the seventh day. So going back to the cooking, we're not supposed to cook on the Sabbath day. You have all the days of the week. You have 6 days of the week. Almost in half, because when that sun goes down on Friday, we're not supposed to cook. We're not supposed to buy none of that. So go ahead and prep that you need to do, all the things that you need to do. Don't kindle no fires on Friday, Saturday night, but on Saturday night you can cook and stuff like that. So now we're going to go to, I want to say Deuteronomy. So we're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 31. So it says, but as for thee, stand thou here by me, and I will speak unto thee all the commandments and statutes and judgments which thou shalt teach them, that they may do them in the land which I give them to possess it. Ye shall observe to do therefore all the Lord thy God has commanded you, and ye shall turn aside the right. You shall not turn from the left or to the right. Ye shall walk in the ways which the Lord thy God hath commanded you, that ye may live, and that it may be well with you, that you may be able to prolong the days of your life in the land which ye shall possess. So this is how we live. This is how we prosper, by what? Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, keeping his word. Because this is life. This is life. So a lot of times the people say, well, you make it by becoming a nurse. You make by coming getting a Grammy. You make it by having all the riches and all of that in the world. But no, this is how you prolong your days. You can take how many herbs you want to. You can eat healthy, have juicing for 3 to 5 weeks. But this is truly how you live, by what? Keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. Because through sin there is death. So now we're going to go to chapter 6 in Deuteronomy, verse 1. It says, now all the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which the Lord thy God hath commanded you, and teach you, that ye may do them in the land whither ye go and possess it, that thou mightest fear the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee, and thy son and thy son's son. So that means that we're supposed to what? Keep it throughout our generations. A lot of people say, well, we're not supposed to keep it no more. A lot of Christian churches teach you they're not supposed to keep it anymore. But this is what the Lord thy God said. So we're supposed to keep it among our generations, to keep it going, because this is how we live. This is how we prosper. And thy sons, and all the days of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged. Again, that your day will be prolonged. So now we're going to go to the New Testament, and I'm going to make a part 2. So stay tuned. I'm going to do it right after this video, because I'm already hitting 8 minutes. So, ciao.